Hi, this is 5 Minute Theology. I'm Ryan Gupta. Today we will be talking about the meaning behind the 12 baskets of leftover bread. What does it mean? Now we have to understand that Jesus did this miracle twice. The first time he did this miracle is in Mark 6, where he fed 5,000, and here we have 12 baskets left over. The second time he did this miracle is in Mark 8, where he fed 4,000, and here we have 7 baskets left over. So what is the meaning of the 12 and 7 baskets in these miracles? Well, let's look at the details. The bread in this miracle is a picture of Jesus himself. Remember, he is the bread of life. He is the bread that came down from heaven. The 12 baskets in the first miracle is a picture of Israel. In the Bible, the number 12 is sometimes connected to the nation of Israel, like the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 apostles, which is a picture of the new Israel. Look also at Exodus 24. Now, the number 7 speaks about completion. The number 7 can also represent the Gentile nations. When Joshua entered the promised land, it was occupied by 7 Gentile nations. Look at Acts 13:15. They were commanded by God to wipe out those 7 nations. So the 12 baskets is a picture of Israel. The first time Jesus came, he came to the nation of Israel to offer them salvation. But then he went to the Gentiles to offer them salvation as well. That is why the miracle of the 12 baskets happened before the miracle with the 7 baskets. So Israel first, then on to the Gentiles. Notice in the miracle with the 7 baskets that represents the Gentile nations, Mark said that the crowd was with Jesus 3 days and then he fed them. Why is that significant? Because Jesus rose on the 3rd day, and after his resurrection, he offered salvation to both Jews and Gentiles. After his resurrection, he brought in the new covenant for not only Jews but also Jews and Gentiles. After his death, he told his disciples to go into all the world and preach the gospel, and that is all nations. So these 2 miracles put together tell us that Jesus came first to the Jews, then to the Gentiles. Salvation is for everyone. Now, when Joshua went into the promised land, he was commanded to wipe out those 7 Gentile nations. But Jesus, the new Joshua, comes not to wipe out the Gentiles, but to give them salvation, to give them life, to offer them hope. He is the bread of life. He is a living bread for both Jews and Gentiles. So the disciples were to take the gospel first to the Jews, and this is seen in the 12 baskets. Then they were to take the gospel to the Gentile nations. This is seen in the 7 baskets. So this miracle is all about Jesus being the living bread both for the Jews and the Gentiles.